Let's call this one Self-Talk Secrets. Steve asked about overcoming self-talk because it's been plaguing him all his life. You know, I don't think Steve used the word plaguing, but I'll use it. See, I'm here to give you some news, and that news is that words do not have power. I get it, right? I love words, by the way. I'm a wordsmith. I'm a writer, for God's sake. I'm a speaker. I love words. I love words like a painter loves paint. I love words like a race car driver likes a race car. My buddy did, Jim. He was a race car driver. God, he had a stroke. This was a number of years back. And the doctor said he may never drive again. And I looked at him and I says, Jimbo, all right, what do you think about that? And he took a moment, he got his words together, and he went, bullshit. And I remember the first day Jimbo came back to the dog park after getting his license back, because in Australia, whenever you have a stroke, they take your, well, from what I can tell, this is the procedure. The doctor has them take your driver's license, and you can test to get it back. You have to have the doctor say you're okay, and then you have to go take a test. And I don't know about you, but I mean, it's been 35 years. It's more than 35 years since I've got my driver's license. I don't want to take a test again, right? Especially in a foreign land. I mean, I got my license in Pennsylvania, and I'd have to take a test here. I mean, bloody hell. But anyway, so Jimbo goes and he takes his test, and I remember the first day he came back to the dog park. He's bringing his hot rod around. It's like, yeah, man, made my day. Now here's the thing, Jimbo didn't change his self-talk, he experienced driving his car. The state of race car driver has very different inner conversations than the state of loving husband, than the state of loving teacher, than the state of loving puppy dad. The state of race car driver has race car conversations. And they can be positive, they can be negative. I don't even know what that means. You guys in Remarkable, they could be honorable and dignified. See, here's what I like. Right, if you want to dive into some stuff, if you're not in Remarkable, and that's fine, you can't get in. The doors have been closed for a while now. It's a year-long program. This year we're exploring the 12 disciples, one per month. And the first month is about Simon Peter. And that month about Simon Peter has us examining honorable and dignified. And here's what I want you to notice. Are your inner conversations honorable and dignified? Because if they're not, you're letting the honorable, well, you're letting something other than the honorable and the dignified in. This is all about being the gatekeeper. You do not let in, you do not let grow anything that's not honorable and dignified. Yet the state of loving husband is honorable and dignified. The state of loving puppy dad, honorable and dignified. The state of loving teacher, honorable and dignified. And behind all of those is, Neville talks about Simon Peter. This is the rock in which I will build my church. This is the foundation. And when you get this as the foundation, honorable and dignified, you get that you're enough. And that's a biggie. Whenever you get you are enough, you don't have to overcome the turn signals. Here's the thing, guys. Ready? You drive the bus. I want you to get this. Write this down. I drive the bus. The turn signal doesn't. The turn signal, you may have been thinking about making a right-hand turn. Maybe you even made one. And the turn signal doesn't come off. And you're driving for miles. I followed a guy one day. Many moons ago, I was on my motorbike, and I followed this guy for 25 miles. He had his right turn signal on. Good Lord, I just wanted to pass him. But I couldn't because he had his right turn signal on. And he just left it on. He didn't know it was on. And sure enough, it slowed me down. It really didn't slow him down. He was slow to begin with. But when he finally did make that right-hand turn, I didn't see it coming. And I was fine. Don't get me wrong. It's like, right, finally. But when you notice that you've had the right turn signal on for some time, when you notice your inner conversations are sucking the life out of you, you get to notice that it's not them, it's your state. Change your state and your inner conversations change. And don't try to go from positive to negative. If loving puppy dad's upset, I'll switch over to loving teacher. Maybe loving husband, then I'll come back to loving puppy dad. It doesn't take long. How can I give to Victoria if I'm upset, if the puppies were dicks, right? And I'm upset and I scold them, right? Again, that can be a very loving act, but it can also be a frustrating one with inner talk like, "Arr." All right. I instantly change gears, change your state entirely, just for fun. And by the way, I'm not saying this is a technique. I'm saying use this as a way to explore. Noticing, as soon as I go to loving husband, I go to, oh my God, I see the bird bath out there needs water. I'll add some water to it. Because Victoria is the queen of the garden. As soon as I go to loving puppy dad, I get, while I'm at the grocery store, I'll get them some other Scooby snacks. Stuff they normally don't have, just for fun. You see, I could be sitting there going, when will Victoria get back with the Vegemite? She's been gone for 5 minutes. How hard is it to find Vegemite in an Australian store? It's not. See, my inner conversations could go a little nuts, or I could go, oh, let's get some treats for the puppies. There she is. She's finally back. Nice to see you, Victoria. Sit. Stay with the cart. Let yourself have some fun. By the way, develop some really good master qualities. Let's say you could live in the state of humor. You could live in the state of celebrating, because if you're in the state of celebrating and you've got humor, you can actually enjoy noticing when your self-talk sucked. You could actually have a giggle when you notice that turn signal's been on for 25 miles. You could actually notice and enjoy getting back into state instead of beating yourself up. Because if there's one state that drives me nuts, and that I notice that a lot of people who are focused on self-talk, right? Again, self-talk is your turn signal. Inner speech, self-talk, same thing to me. When you notice the turn signal's been on, celebrate noticing. Don't beat yourself up for it again. Beating yourself up is a state. It has its own inner conversations. It has its own inner talk. It has its own self-talk. So does the state of celebrating. So does the state of knowing that you are God having the adventure of a lifetime. You get, that's a state. And if you can celebrate anytime you notice that you missed the mark, if you can celebrate sinning, that gets you back on target. If you got gold, join us in ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. It's these tiny little things, gang. Most people have you chasing, trying to edit your self-talk for years. Some people have you actually try to overcome it, dominate it. You don't need a dominatrix in your head. If you want to, you can build that as a state. Why not? Could be fun. But you don't need to dominate your inner talk. You don't need to overcome it. You need to simply change your state to something that's only letting in the honorable and the dignified. You get how loving husband? Honorable. You get how loving puppy dad? Honorable, dignified. Loving teacher honors and dignifies you. Because I don't want you doing silly stuff and wasting time. I want you to get results. So at the end of the day, you can have excellence or excuses. What's it going to be? Join us in ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. You'll notice we get rid of excuses. Just to start up, 15 minutes a day, right? Just to start up, $97, 90-day program. Talk about fun. Oh my God. $1 a day, 15 minutes a day, no excuses. And sharing is caring. If you got gold today, right, share the show. And most MM members, you guys know you share your lives with us once every 7 days. We tell you to. If you want to, do it. That's how we get to know you. That's how we get to celebrate you. That's where the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and mountains of success stories come from. Go read a couple and join us. Have a lovely day. And remember, you don't have to overcome anything. All you got to do is move. It's as easy as walking through a door. Change your state. See ya.